And how did you make that transformation from the stage to the medium of film and television and now streaming? I'm sure that the social media and streaming and all those has created an opportunity for you to just show your work throughout the world. Isn't that amazing that you can do a project and put it up and someone across the other side of the world can look at it? And so it's pretty amazing.
That's pretty amazing, pretty amazing. Yeah. I would have to say that the inspiration came from my children, actually. I homeschooled all three of my children, and my daughter my sons and daughter worked a lot on the computer. And my daughter's an animator, but I was looking at how she was translating stories on using that medium. And the whole idea of acting and embodying the role of another person is another way of telling stories and experiencing the stories. Telling stories from the stage, I oftentimes would tell that story from my own perspective or interpretation of someone's life or some piece of wisdom that had to be told, I believed had to be told to reach other people. As an actor, it's another way of storytelling that seemed so cathartic also. Getting inside the body. There's a storyteller who says, can't think of his name right now, but the storyteller says, you can't hate a man when you learn his story, when you experience his humanity through his story. And so I saw acting as another way to experience humanity. I'm preaching as a storyteller, but as an actress, an actor, I get to experience the life of someone through a story. Right. And so there's no judgment there. There is some judgment when you're doing folklore and telling stories as a storyteller. There is some judgment. But as an actor, you have to actually go deep. Right. Deep within what do I actually feel? How do I connect with it? You visit your dark side.
Right. And when I work with actors, I always tell them, first do it the way you would do it or read the lines as yourself. Mm-hmm. And now I want you to dig deep and become the character and see the difference.
Yeah.
And make that transformation. And I think that's the great thing about acting. Tell me a little bit about Searching. How did this come together? Because you're a producer now.
Yeah.
How did it come together?
Actually, we started working on the film as part of a class project. Mm-hmm. We're Albert Fry and Julia Romero and I were part of a project called Soul 6-month acting intensive, advanced intensive workshop. It was 6 months. We had to come up with our own script and create roles that we wanted to play. It's an empowerment project for actors to actually create the work that you see, that you want to see in the world, and create the work where you see yourself playing certain roles to get that story out. Rather than waiting for someone else to do it, you do it. So that was the beginning of this project. We spoke to the writer and asked him if he could come up with a story that reflected both Julia and my experience, real life experience in the past. Julia was she was adopted, and I grew up in foster care. And so he took our story and just gave a sense or a feel of our lives just in that very short time. He wrote it tight, and we did a tight project. And
how long is the film?
I'm glad you asked that because I don't remember. I think it's like maybe 5-6 minutes long.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to say this too. because I play the role of the mother, I'm not playing the foster kid or the adopted kid. I'm playing the role of the woman who takes care
Right.
of
So you have to transform yourself.
I have to transform myself.
Right.
And I shared this in our talk, the question and answer
Right.
for the story. I had an opportunity to get into my foster mom's body. What was really sacred about that was it forced me to see things that I wouldn't see before. And I was very angry with her about a lot of stuff, a lot of things. She was a good woman, and I was very angry. I think she didn't handle things very well. Mm-hmm. But getting into her body to do this character, as simplistic as it was, actors have to do the work. I had to do self-reflective work to become and to sympathize and to be the mother of a child who wasn't mine.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Now, you're sharing your experiences, but what, here in New Mexico, the film and television, and we have a whole movement, and locally, how, what's going on that you can share with our viewers that's happening in New Mexico that benefits actors and the opportunities?
Yeah. I think that, we have to up our game. We've heard the stories of LA actors coming here because it's like it's easier here, so to speak. They realize that the actors here are upping their game with classes. We've got, again, Soul Acting Academy is coming up with another intensive where they're preparing New Mexico actors to compete with the New York market and the LA market. So we're learning techniques and we're getting tools for how to do our auditions in a way that says we're just as good and even better.
Wow.
Yeah, so
that's exciting.
Yeah, we're seeing the opportunities, and the film industry, they're still coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I heard that the studios are like packed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got. I know one studio that has 18 months of booking, so they're doing well.
Yeah.
Words of wisdom to. You work a lot with youth. I know they. Mm-hmm. Words of wisdom for our youth, as where we are in the world and pursuing careers and in the movie and television, yeah. And actors. Even now you're behind the camera as a producer, and you got that experience.
Yeah.
How do we build this big industry?
Yeah. I'd say we have to learn the market. We have to learn all aspects of it to the best of our ability. I say for young people, take control of your future. And you take control of your future by learning everything there is you can learn about where you want to go and what is it going, and what do you need to do to ensure that that thing that you're doing is going to support you fully. If it's, and we're talking about the film industry, if we're talking about acting, what aspect, what is it that you need to do, that you can do, rather than waiting for someone to say, hey, you're the person. Just know you are the person. Know it, and then be it and do it. And the only way you'll be able to do that is study, study, study. Watch what people are doing.
Practice your craft.
Practice your craft. Yeah. Follow the people who are where you want to be. Look at how they got there. Right. Not that they're there and what can you do to get me there. No, no. How did they get there? And you follow the path. Right. Yes.
Yeah. On the fun side of the Albuquerque film and music experience, anything exciting that you've been to, or any of the films or music events, or What was any highlights so far, or are you waiting for the tonight and Saturday to the big events?
I'm enjoying the whole experience here,
Right.
meeting some incredible people in the film industry. The story we saw just last night about the awakening in Taos was incredible on female empowerment, about a community coming together and changing what could no longer being a victim to government that would say, we're taking your stuff, you were taking pieces of your land or something that's very sacred. Also, Rumble was out of this world.
And Rumble was the Native American group.
Yes, Rumble was the film on how the Native American tradition and music had such an impact on rock and roll.
Right.
Oh my God, that was incredible. Just the stories, how people, how culture changes as a result of the contributions, and knowing that we in the industry, this is what we're getting. We in the industry have an obligation to tell the whole story. The whole story of America.
Right.
That makes us a whole people. And to withhold that story continues to put us in a place of illness and ugliness, and it eventually will be our own demise.
Right.
Yeah.
So the film is Searching. Has it screened already?
Yes, it's screened on Wednesday evening,
right.
Just before the incredible movie There's some really good movies or films showing here. One Penny, which was wonderful. I mean, again, a story about a boy who is without his mom and is brought in under a homeless man's wing to care for him.
Yeah, we interviewed the filmmaker yesterday.
Wow.
It looks like a very powerful film. Is there anywhere else now that you can see your film, or is it off to other film festivals?
Yes.
What's the future of Searching?
Okay. Well, right now, Searching actually showed for the first time at the Ladies First festival in Ireland.
Wow.
Yeah, in Ireland, and then and we're also showing at the Intendants Film Festival in Colorado. And I think we have another place, but I'm not sure. I don't remember right now.
Well, Ramona, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, and I wish you the greatest luck in pursuing your producing and acting career.
Thank you.
Okay, we are at the Albuquerque Music and Albuquerque Film and Music Experience, and we'll be right back with some other filmmakers and actors, producers. We have some kids that are going through an acting workshop right now that we can't wait to interview because they are having a lot of fun. I was just over there. And so we'll be right back, and thank you.